Let's read another poem from Tome Terra, Poems of Universe Earth by Mr. Penlum. So, this collection, as you can see, is handwritten and hand illustrated in this journal. It is a work in progress, so I have a lot of work left in this collection. But each poem is kind of like a standalone vignette of its own. But together, in chronology, they tell the story of life in kind of this great epic poem. Inspired by a lot of the epic poems in mythology, and I thought, science doesn't really have that, and yet it is kind of the the story of our origin of life. So I just thought it would be interesting and exciting to create this collection, Tome Terra. So previously I read Sol, the story of our sun, and this sets up the story of the battle of Thea and Terra. So, two celestial bodies, their fates entwined, siblings born from the same bloodline, matched in their greatness and somewhat in size, but the prophecy holds only one will survive. And so they battle, and so they clash, pieces of body thrown and thrashed, and from the battle only but one can keep its place around the sun. The victor wounded, molten and hot, the other shattered like a porcelain pot. Some say the bones are deep entombed within the hearts of earth and moon. And so this story is inspired by the theory of the formation of the earth and moon. So this theory tells the story of how, before there was earth and moon, there were two protoplanets, large celestial bodies, and they collided with each other. And the remains, the larger remains, kind of the most massive chunk, became what is now the Earth. And, a smaller remains, a smaller chunk, ended up becoming the moon. And, at the end it talks about the remains or the bones, which are deep entombed in each other. And who knows, maybe, maybe we at some point will find new evidence, remains of the moon deep in the earth and vice versa to support the theory. But what I love about this poem is it reflects a lot of the stories, the origin stories in mythology about the clashing of great brothers or father and son, great gods, siblings, and, destruction and then rebirth and formation. So anyway, that was the Battle of Thea and Terra from Tome Terra.